Buddy, I'm Goku and I'm bringing you guys another part of what if Goku and Vegeta were sent to Beerus' world. Now, in the previous part, of course, Goku and Vegeta became stronger and eventually fought against Beerus. But Beerus showed them that no matter what they do, he will always remain stronger than them. But he did respect them for their efforts and their training. Beerus even said that to both of them that he would teach them how to become even stronger with the Whis' help, as he now wants them to finally have their full training of achieving Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego. Of course, Brother Whitman also invited to Beerus' world by Whis and Beerus because they see immense potential in the young Saiyan. Even though he's much older than both Vegeta, but in the eyes of both Beerus and Whis, he's much younger than them. So yeah. So of course, Brother Whitman trained by Whis so he can gain control over his legendary form. Of course, humans have much more better strolls than Boku and Vegeta had in the beginning, since he could not control his energy nor the power that he possesses right now. But with Whis' help, he's able to gain incredibly good control, and thanks to Vegeta and Goku's guidance, he's able to unlock Super Saiyan God and mix it with his legendary ki. With this, of course, this made Broly to achieve legendary Super Saiyan God, which of course is a much stronger version than both Vegeta or even Goku's Super Saiyan God forms. In this form, Broly was much stronger than both of them combined. Even when if they use Blue Evolution or even Blue Kaioken times 20, they would not be able to defeat Broly right now. For now, Broly actually is much stronger than them, but they need to use at least their Super Saiyan Blue 2 level so they can defeat Broly with his new power. But of course, both of them have grown immensely stronger. With of course Goku growing immensely stronger, but little did they knew is that a threat of the future will occur. With eventually, when in the future timeline, two individuals will appear, both in black clothing and similar looking to Vegeta and Goku, with both long pinkish hair as both of them blast an entire city. Both Future Trunks and Future Gohan will try to escape from those two people, with them being none other than Goku Black and Vegeta Black. In this timeline, of course, Zamasu did steal Goku's body like in the original timeline when Goku practically defeated Universe 6 and Universe 7. Of course, this storyline will go the same as the original one, except that Goku was most likely able to still defeat some of the fighters, and of course Vegeta was also able to defeat most as well. I must say that in the battle, Vegeta actually wins against Hit, so practically Goku does not need to use Kaioken or anything like that. But Zamasu is still pretty angered by seeing two mortals being this powerful. So instead of just stealing Goku's body, he decided to practically get his past self to practically steal Vegeta's body, making it so that both were Saiyans, but one of them still possessed their Kai ability of healing, even though it was much more weaker than it would have been in the original form. But of course, both Saiyans did grow immensely stronger and eventually killed their other counterparts, and eventually leading to this future timeline to occur. Of course, both future Gohan and future Trunks were able to escape and eventually go to the past, eventually warn the Z Fighters, and of course, they would not be fooled by both Vegeta or Vegeta Black and Goku Black. Basically, actually tell the difference between their fathers and the difference between those copycats. So they will not attack them like Future Trunks did in the original timeline. Instead, they will try to talk to him and actually explain everything as well. But before they can actually explain anything else, both Vegeta Black and Goku Black will appear. Of course, this will actually surprise both Vegeta, as he's seen those evil versions of themselves, or they suppose so. Of course, both Black and Vegeta Black just smirk at them as they rush at them, but of course, Boga and Vegeta raise themselves and eventually fight against as well. They're actually equal in base to base, but the battle starts to actually get a lot higher, with both Evil Saiyans powering up to their Rogue Z form, as Boga and Vegeta did the same as well, powering up to their strongest form as they power up to Super Saiyan Blue. With seemingly the battle was actually even in the match, but eventually goes Black rings to start to pull him back. And eventually Vegeta Black will also be affected by this. Eventually both of them will pull back to the future. Goku and Vegeta will be confused with what was happening, but eventually after some explanation for Beerus, they realized that Zamzu was actually the cause of this. And of course, Beerus was still already Zamzu. And eventually Goku and Vegeta will go to the future so they can stop their evil counterparts or of course the copycats of themselves. Of course, this will be not an easy task since Goku and Vegeta know that these copycats of themselves will most likely have the same Super Saiyan Blue 3 level. Since they have their own form of Super Saiyan Blue, that means that they will most likely have a much more advanced version of the other past stages that they achieved a long time ago. So they will not underestimate their opponents and go all out from the start. Of course, Goku and Vegeta will try to relocate their evil counterparts, but it will be no use since they seemingly like they cannot detect their ki. Goku and Vegeta are confused because they cannot sense their ki, but they instantly realize that their ki is actually divine. That's different than why I cannot sense it. Beerus has God Key, yes, but his key is much more divine. That's why Goku and Vegeta can barely sense it. But the difference between their copycats and Beerus is because their divine key is actually slightly evil, which makes it a little bit undetectable, but still detectable to a slight bit. Of course, they will have much harder time to practically detect it, but they're able to practically detect it in at least a few hours, and eventually locate their evil counterparts, eventually use Kai Kai to practically teleport to them. Of course, both evil Saiyans will just smirk at them and tell them that they had enough time to prepare themselves. Of course, Goku and Vegeta were confused with what they mean, but of course, Vegeta Black just chuckles as he then looks at Vegeta, saying that if they remember the forms that they achieved a long time ago. Of course, Vegeta eyes widens and instantly is shocked by his copycat's declaration, with eventually his copycat starting to power up, with both Goku Black and Vegeta Black powering up. Goku and Vegeta are in shock as they see their evil counterparts powering up immensely, with both of them going to Rose, and eventually their hair starts to glow longer. For Vegeta Black, he then roars as his pinkish hair becomes much more darker in color, and his aura becomes dark pink and red, with Black Vegeta Black achieving Super Saiyan Rose 3 evolution. And as for Goku Black, he achieved Super Saiyan Rose with Kaioken times 20. Of course, this surprised Goku and Vegeta because they're now utilizing their own forms. But Goku and Vegeta will not be outdone by their copycats and power up to their own forms. Vegeta powered up to Super Saiyan Blue 3 evolution, and Goku powered up to Super Saiyan Blue 3 with Kaioken times 20 on it as well. Both Saiyans will get ready themselves to practically face off against their evil counterparts, with Goku and Vegeta telling them that they will not live the day they practically killed their family. Of course, both Vegeta Black and Goku Black just chuckle and tell them to bring it on. Eventually, the two groups will then rush against one another, with Goku taking on Vegeta Black and Vegeta taking on Goku Black, with the battle seemingly being evenly matched, but Goku was actually taking on advantage on Vegeta Black while Vegeta was actually losing the battle between Goku Black himself. Of course, this will be a pretty tough battle, as Vegeta realizes that Goku is actually stronger in base, but this form of Goku Black is actually much stronger than he expected. But it seems like Vegeta Black is actually on equal level to him, which means that if Goku is actually on equal level to Goku, means that Goku is actually stronger than Vegeta. Vegeta kind of gets his ego hurt a little bit, but he actually respects Goku a lot, so he does not let it get to his head. But instead, he practically tries to practically mock Goku Black and tell him that he needs to steal a mortal's body to practically obtain this power and not train himself to achieve it. Of course, Goku Black starts to get angry and gets distracted by Vegeta. And Vegeta utilizes this distraction to practically get Vegeta Black to injured. Of course, Vegeta Black is irritated by his other self and tells him to get it together. Of course, Goku Black apologizes and tells him that he's practically letting his Saiyan rage kick in, as he cannot control this mortal body. Of course, Vegeta Black tells him that if they cannot control it, at least they should do something else. They need to finish both Saiyans right here and now. Of course, Goku Black agrees to his other counterpart's idea. Both and Vegeta are confused with what they mean, but eventually, both Goku Black and Vegeta Black just smart as they put one of their earrings to another ear. Of course, Goku and Vegeta actually realized what was going on. They were trying to fuse Vegeta. They know that because in the past they have actually learned about Potara fusion. So, knowing that this will be really bad. So they both try to stop it, but it's too late. Instantly, a powerful aura appears, with it being dark pinkish red, as the aura envelops the entire universe. Goku and Vegeta are pushed back by the intense power, as none other than Vegeta Black appears in his own Rose form. Now in his Super Saiyan 3 Rose form, Vegeta Black just chuckles at both of them, telling that this battle is over. In an instant, he then punches both of Goku and Vegeta in the gut, knocking them out of their Super Saiyan Blue 3 in an instant. Both of Goku and Vegeta are shocked by the power that they feel now. This Vegeta is so strong than expected. It's like he's on a completely different level than even Beerus. Beerus, of course, was able to handle them, but not to this extent that Vegeta is doing now. This Vegeta is even stronger than Beerus right now. They cannot do anything. Even yes, they're growing stronger, yes, but the power they now possess is nothing comparable to Vegeta Black. Of course, Vegeta Black tells them that this is now over, and he'll win this battle. Before he can say anything, Trunks and go on with able to use a Kiko Ho to practically push Vegeta Black away. Of course, Vegeta Black will be confused with where that attack came from, but Goku and Vegeta have no distraction to practically teleport away. Both of them will sigh in relief as they're able to escape, but Vegeta Black will be angered as he'll power up and tell them as he yells, "Come out, you cowards! You can't always run away." Of course, Vegeta Black continues to destroy the city, being enraged by Goku and Vegeta's escape. Goku and Vegeta just sigh in relief and then power down. They can feel that their kids are being really wasted on the battle. They realize that they need to win, and the only way for them to win is to practically be on the same level as Vegeta Black, aura in the same place. Both of them look at one another and eventually realize what they must do. Then both pulls out an earrings, similar to Shin's earrings. Shin actually gave him his earrings a long time ago. He wanted to practically make sure that they were powerful enough to pay his bills, but Goku realized that most likely Vegeta would not agree to a fusion, so he didn't want to bother Vegeta with it. Of course, Vegeta seeing the earrings looks at Goku and asks him if he's really sure if that would work. Since if they do the fusion, most likely it will be permanent. Goku says that they have no other choice to defeat Vegeta Black. So of course, Vegeta nods and tells both Trunks and Gohan to practically give them time. Of course, both Kyber nods and eventually rushing Vegeta Black, able to practically distract them. Of course, Vegeta Black is confused with what they're doing, but eventually a bright light appears, and just like Vegeta Black's before, it covers the universe as well, with this blue aura instead of pinkish. Of course, Vegeta Black is confused with what's happening, but before he can say anything, he was punched in the gut and sent flying. Vegeta Black then looks up and sees Super Saiyan Blue 3 Vegito, with Vegeta just smirking and telling that, I guess now, the original will face off against a copycat, huh, Zamazu? Of course, Vegeta Black just gets angered and tells him, yes indeed, huh, Vegito? Of course, Vegeta just smiled and tells him that this battle will be much more serious than ever before, so hope you're ready and don't hold back. Vegeta then roars as a red lightning covers him. He then shouts Kaioken times 30 and eventually rushes at Vegeta Black, sending a flying punch at him. Vegeta Black tries to block or dodge it, but it's no use as Vegeta's speed is far superior to his. One instant, Vegeta Black is sent flying to the atmosphere. Surprised by the speed he was thrown at, he's even shocked that Vegeta is so stronger than ever before. He knows that Goku and Vegeta are weaker than him, but Vegeta to be stronger than him, it didn't make sense. He should have been stronger than this mortal. He should have surpassed him. How is this possible? Vegeta Black thinks to himself. But before he can say anything or think anything else, Vegeta appears in front of him and tells him to not let his guard down. Vegeta continues to pummel Vegeta Black and he tells him that no matter what he does, he'll always be superior because he's a true Saiyan and not a copycat and not someone who stole someone's body to practically grow stronger. He did this with his own two hands. Goku and Vegeta trained hard and always continue to push each other no matter what. No matter what happened, they both pushed past their limits so he gets stronger and defeat their opponents. And Vegeta Black is no different. Because of him, Goku and Vegeta will live, and this timeline as well. Of course, Vegeta Black yells that this will not happen. He will destroy and kill all mortals. But Vegeta tells him that it's over. Vegeta then powers up a Kamehameha, but Vegeta Black does the same as he starts to power up a lot more. But of course, Vegeta just focuses as once blue Kamehameha becomes purple in color. Vegeta Black is of course confused with what Vegeta is doing, but Vegeta instantly appears in front of Goku Black and shouts, Kamehameha Hakai! Infusing the power of the Hakai within his Kamehameha and eventually erasing Vegeta Black as he screams, saying that it's not possible, and eventually he gets erased. Vegeta then sighs and thanks Beerus for training. A little bit of a flashback back before this whole event happened. Vegeta trained with Beerus to practically learn the ability of the Hakai, and because of his training and Beerus' help, he was able to practically achieve a much more great master over it. He did not achieve Ultra Ego, but he was able to grasp on the power of Hakai, just like Toppo was. So yeah. Now we're back to our present, with Vegeta sighing and eventually defusing, which satisfies both Vegeta realizes that this fusion is actually permanent for gods, but not permanent for mortals. This of course makes Vegeta happy since he doesn't have to stay with Goku forever, which will be pretty uncomfortable to deal with since he has to share a sync thoughts as well. So he's pretty uncomfortable. Of course, Goku just chuckles and eventually they both went back to the present. And of course, they use the Super Dragon Ball to practically face all the damage. Even though Beerus thinks that it was not his fault to practically do or even face the damage, he decided to practically do that just in favor of both Future Trunks and Future Gohan, since they practically warned them of a really big threat, and Beerus does see the point of those two being alive. But for now, guys, this is the end for the sport. Hope you guys enjoy us. I'll see you guys in the next one. Sayonara, everyone. See you next time.